Hey everyone, I'm Siddharth, and in this video I will be showing a complete end-to-end DevOps pipeline. We will be building a Dockerized Node.js application and deploying it on the Kubernetes, which is hosted on AWS EKS, and this is all automated using GitHub Action. This is our simple Express application, which is written in the TypeScript, and this is the Docker file I use to containerize my application. Once the image is built, I push that image to the Docker Hub with a unique tag. For the for the Kubernetes, I'm using the AWS EKS. In our cluster, there are two nodes, which are of T2 microtype. So now let's see how our deployment file looks like. This is a deployment.yaml file. This tells our cluster which image to run, which container port to expose, and how many replica sets to create. Currently, I'm only creating one replica set, but ideally it should be always greater than 1. Now let's apply this this deployment.yaml file. The deployment is applied, but how are we going to visit our application? For that, I will be using a LoadBalancer service. Now let's apply this LoadBalancer service. Until it happens, let's see how our automation workflow is done. So this is the GitHub action which triggers on every push which is done on the master branch. So let's see what are the steps. First of all, we check out from the repository, then we create, then we log into the Docker Hub, and then we build and push a new Docker image. And this Docker image is always having a unique tag, which is generated from GitHub SHA. After the image is created, we log into the AWS with the AWS credentials and then update our Kubernetes with this new image. And then we roll out our deployment. Now the service is applied. So let's see this in practical. First of all, let's see how our current deployment looks like. This is the public URL with which we can access our deployment. That is, we can access our application. We can see the server is up and response is working. Now let's update this response. So now let's see how our automation is performing. So we can see the action is triggered and the action is performing. Let's see what the action is doing. So we can see that our GitHub action is completed our task. Now let's see if our deployment is changed. Now let's refresh this. And hello from Siddharth. So we can say that our deployment is working perfectly. Hence, our CI/CD pipeline is working correctly. So this is a quick DevOps demo. We covered Dockerization, Kubernetes, deployment on AWS EKS, and the CI/CD GitHub Actions. Thanks for watching. Feel free to connect or reach out if you have any question or feedbacks. See you in the next one.